the next thing, which is so important to all marketing, all sales, is really understanding your target audience inside of that market. Because at the end of the day, CrewXP or whatever business you're in, you're not going to be able to service everybody in your market. It's just not going to happen. You have competition and you're
Yeah.
only so big. You don't want to get to the point, probably by yourself at least, where you are servicing everybody in a monopoly inside this space, because it would just be a headache. But maybe you do.
We,
Who knows?
by the way, we have a name for that. That type of an individual. We call him Dan Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, no. I tease my brother Dan about this all the time because he's such a big heart. He's all in on every
Mhm.
project, and I have to remind him. It's like, Dan, you know what? Look, let's kick a door open and introduce him to somebody. We don't, you know what? We're not those guys for
That's not
that.
who we
Let's
are.
let's let's introduce them to somebody who can help them with that. So
Yeah. Well, with that, like with your target audience inside of your market, being able to really identify your target audience on a deep level allows you to be customer focused. And it's
yes,
the customer focused people that typically win. Now, there's a lot, that's a jam packed, there's a whole episode on that. But
yeah.
uh, who is your target audience? How do you really define who you're talking to, who you're servicing, who you're working with?
Boy, that's great. And just so I'm clear, are we talking about as a company, a customer profile? Or are we talking about individuals that we
Man,
typically see ourselves working within those company partners?
both. I mean, you bring up a great point. We have customer profiles in business, and it's so important to have those customer profiles to identify whether someone's qualified or not qualified, and how we should be running the ad, or how we should, tailor our offerings, all those things. If you don't have customer profiles, research ideal customer profiles, ICPs, really valuable exercise for your business.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, who is your ICP? How did you come up with your ICP? And then who are the real people too?
So we're breaking up with the last couple of years. We've decided to break up with what I call the discount your way to victory customers, right? And I appreciate everybody's trying to make a margin and make a living, right? But those folks that'll leave us for $100 cheaper. And I know my friends that are listening on this podcast, we all have those clients. Um, those people that you'll do a great job. And I'll tell you, Cliff, we're in a hard business, right? The event business is a hard business. You've got, 5 to 10 variables that every event manager has little to no direct control over. So you're just having at the event to sort of respond to a lot of these variables and how they show up, which can be completely unpredictable. But we've chosen to move more up market to people that realize if we're doing the fulfillment for you, and we're the forward deployed guys that have made an investment in those cities like Las Vegas and Orlando, to be in service to our partners and those folks that appreciate the investment that we've made so we can respond quicker, so that we've invested in local people and local knowledge so we can deliver a more hassle-free experience. That's really what a lot of our partners are after is because they're already I don't want to say they're set up to fail, but they're set up with a lot of these variables, very, very last minute. And if you don't have in-country local boots on the ground teammates, you really are it's a hard ride from afar to hear about problems or challenges happening in Chicago or San Francisco or Vegas or New York or wherever. And you're sitting in your, apartment or your home in Minneapolis going, oh my God, I should have gone. Or, I don't even know if there's anything you could have done. But I think so thoughtfully choose the partner, and we're trying to choose the customers that think like we're choosing. And we know I insist our partners make money. We know our partners have to make money. I think the hardest part, and I just had this happen a week ago. There's a really great gentleman who started his own business in California. We had a conversation in March. Wanted to he goes, I've heard of you guys, but I don't really know what you do. I explained who we are. We're the guys behind the guys. He said, okay. And I said, this is typically the kind of people we work with. Here's who we don't work with. But if you have a realistic budget and a client with a project, here's why we're good. We have inventory locally to build with. We build on our own shops. You know, our graphics, we no longer produce in-house, but we do such a volume. Our pricing is very competitive. We own our local trucks. We have our own union labor contracts. We're the guys, if you can't make money with us, right, then something's wrong. But this gentleman called the other day, and he had, client had about a $45,000 all-in budget to work with. I think we were able to turnkey. When we deliver a project, we typically include 5 things: the flooring, the exhibit hardware, some basic AV and furniture, right, that may be part of that exhibit environment, the graphic messaging that goes on it, the delivery to and from show site, and the professional labor to set it up and take it down. Those 5 things. We were probably around 35,000. I think the client's budget was 45 to 50. He still had to fly in. There's a costing average in our business of about $150 a square foot to $200 a square foot. He wanted 400 square feet. Budget, realistically, most people, companies, end users are going to spend $60,000 to $80,000. The budget was low for an end user. This gentleman would have made some money as a partner, but wasn't comfortable giving us. He said, "Yeah, you're a little high on this." And I'm like, "Well, we're really not. It's just what the cost is right now for the freight, given the disruption and the labor in that market, and blah blah blah." So
Right.
the hard part is when you go, I think this new company's going to be a good partner. This is the type of company we want with. But we also realize not every project we're a good fit for. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a good conversation. We said in the end, I said, we're probably not going to be your best option. I hope you keep us in mind. He absolutely said he would. I think we talked a little bit about whether the end user was just, trying to get more for less in an unrealistic way. But all of us have gone through this, no matter what our business
Yeah.
is and what niche we serve, right? So I think we have to just be honest and see that for what it is,